Take your marks.
Over 7 days, 18 men and women compete in a variety of events staged amidst the dramatic and beautiful scenery of Wales.
England's captain is former undefeated world champion boxer Terry Marsh.
Scotland are led by international rugby football star Gavin Hastings.
An Olympic cross-country skier Ruben Kraul is skipper of Holland.
Leading France is another Olympic winter sportsman, speed skater Jean-Noël Fagot.
Commonwealth Games canoeist and world superstars competitor Alan Bates is Northern Ireland's captain.
The leader of Wales is former rugby international outside half Gareth Davies.
Introduced by John Taylor
And Stella Meyer-Thomas. Over 6 days involving a dozen different disciplines, the teams have blazed an exhausting trail through Wales in their quest for the Triton Showers Trophy. And at last, they come to Snowdon, the mightiest mountain in Wales. And there's no rest on the 7th day for them.
The Dutch have a clear and well-deserved lead. Can they maintain it?
Well, here we are at last, waiting at the finish of the very final stage of our competition. Just one event this time, but what a killer it is.
The race starts at Bwlch and the route takes them to the summit of Crib Goch, across the knife edge and around the horseshoe before the final ascent. For the captains, it's a little easier. They start at the summit of Crib Goch, where they're picked up by the other 2 team members.
In fact, there's a danger that there won't be a Welsh team in this event. They've used the only substitute they're allowed, and the rules state that all 3 team members must at least start this event. You remember that stage 5 ended with the Welsh captain, Gareth Davies, having a horrendous fall from his mountain bike and being helicoptered off to Bangor Hospital.
How's it going, Gareth? After your fall yesterday?
No, it's okay. Good news, really. The fact there's nothing broken, and I just bruised ribs, so slight problem with breathing coming up there, especially when you're getting tired. But and also stretching out when it actually came to climbing rocks. You know? But when it's just a case of getting the legs going, it's all right. But hanging on to something, it's a slight problem.
5. Take your marks.
Snowdon is the most raced-up mountain in Wales. There are several recognised routes to the top, but this competition has chosen for its starting point Bwlch Moch, literally translated as the pass or hollow of the pigs. Outdoor pursuits of this kind couldn't take place without the full cooperation of various bodies concerned with encouraging responsible use of the countryside. The Snowdonia National Park is particularly sensitive about the problem of erosion of pathways.
It's comparatively easy running at the start, but now the competitors not only face the daunting ascent of the first summit, but also sense potential danger in the rapidly developing wisps of mountain mist.
Once again, it's a Dutchman who's driven to the front. Pim van der Bosch, the graphics designer from Ooston, has an ambition to be the best triathlete in the world. In second place, physiotherapist Angela Carson of Wales wants to compete in the Himalayas Marathon. She's in her element here, without a doubt, and determined to do well on her home patch. Getting support from teammate Sean Parry, she's even pulled away from Luc Bellon, an experienced mountain rescue man from Chamonix in the French Alps.
Below Bellon, England's Dave Clark tries to get away from Sian Roberts, the Welsh girl who unselfishly agreed to join the Northern Ireland team as a substitute. The Snowdon cloud clings to the summit of Crib Goch as if lying in wait to ambush the first who dares ascend.
Jacqueline Alexandra Gilchrist of Scotland, known to her army colleagues as Legs, is a PTI with a good inter-services athletics pedigree. She confesses, though, not to be happy on mountains.
Yet the man from Europe's lowlands has taken a great liking to the highest crags of England and Wales. Pim van der Bosch has a degree in window dressing, which can safely be said to be of little use to him at this moment.
The Welsh pair, Sean Parry and Angela Carson, keep their grip on second position.
Van der Bosch only a few footholds from the first summit, Crib Goch, the Red Comb. At the summit, Van der Bosch's arrival is awaited by his captain, Ruben Krauw. Touch, and the Dutch superstar is triggered into action.
The Welsh pair, however, know that the captain who awaits them is still bravely nursing painful bruises. At least the Welsh have been able to resist the challenge of the man from the French Alps.
And it'll be a grateful Gareth Davis who sees them arrive so quickly, despite genuine fears of the horrors ahead. But if the Crib Goch parapet is no place for the nervous, what can be said of the dreaded knife edge a little further along?
The flatlanders in front seem to be showing a curious disregard for the 1,000-foot drops on either side of the ledge. But they'll need to be sure-footed on a ridge which sadly claims lives year after year. As French mountain man Luc Bellon signals his arrival to team captain Jean-Noël Fagot, the Olympic speed skater, the mist thickens even more for their assault on the knife edge.
Sean Parry and Angela Carson, who've successfully crossed the worst section of the knife edge, have eased ahead of their captain. The mist now fits Crib Goch like a glove. Fortunately, the competitor who stepped in to replace an injured member of the Ulster team is Welsh girl Sian Roberts, who knows her way over these rocks.
And wishing he had some local knowledge is Dave Clark of England. A competition swimmer and water polo player, Clark must be wondering what he's done to deserve this. Whilst Gareth Davies dreams of glory on the rugby field. And Scottish all-rounder Tony Lever struggles.
Alan Bates and Terry Marsh, skippers of Northern Ireland and England respectively, wait for their mates.
What's your name? Good girl, good girl. Okay.
As an anxious Gavin Hastings, the Scottish captain, gets away at last, there's been a dramatic turn involving the leadership. Ruben Krauw, the Dutch captain, who's been immaculate in every move throughout the week, appears to be lost.
The near vertical wall below the knife edge is no place to get lost even in good weather. Ruben Crowell, it seems, is in terrible trouble. He's joined by his loyal teammate in what has literally become a cliffhanger. Terry Marsh won't be scared, but he'll be careful, prudently picking out each foothold until he's over the razor edge.
English colleague Dave Clark looks for a slightly longer but safer route. And Gavin Hastings follows in his tracks.
A break in the cloud allows the case of the missing Dutchman to be solved. Whilst Crowell and Van der Bosch went off on their diversion, Welshman Sean Parry assumed the lead. Now he sees the blonde bombshell come out of the darkness to haunt him again.
And the Dutchman will be delighted that Irma, though some way behind, is bravely overcoming her terror of high places.
On your right-hand side.
Okay.
Okay, and your hand on the top for support.
Okay.
All the way. I'll be along soon.
I manage.
Well done.
Climbing the rocks wasn't so difficult as actually running up the hills, because I could rely more on my arms then rather than just my legs. That's why I overtook Pete on the hills, on the actual climbing bit, because I got past him, took better routes and managed to get away from him.
Hey, Pete. Yeah. The bad news is that your bottle of Lucozade got broken.
Never mind.
By your teammate.
Well, cover me up.
You want anything? No, fine. Okay. Keep your hand on the right hand.
Of all the fearsome places around Snowdon, the knife edge on Crib Goch must be the ultimate test to anyone worried about heights.
We had to pass a ritual. Do you call it a ritual?
Edge.
An edge. And I was so scared. And I was standing there and I thought, no way I'm going further.
Oh, that was all right, actually. I quite like that bit.
Yeah, just to the left.
I was so shaken. So Nigel saw it and he gave me a hand and that's how I finished that part. But he said, you want to marry me? I said, no way, I'd never marry a mountain man, otherwise I had to come up and I'd never do that again. So.
Irma's trepidation is shared by several other competitors, including Mandy Doboj of England. She wants to freeze, but bravely keeps moving. Whilst the amazing Ruben Crowell is able to run through the walls of cloud almost without hesitation.
There seems to be no limit to the ability of the Dutch long-distance skiing champion, who now leads the way confidently towards the next pinnacle, known as Crib the Skill. And Welshman Parry, having lost one Dutchman, is determined to stick to the other.
Ruben Crowell arrives at the rock wall of Crib Ddisgyl with a lead of about 25 metres. Is it enough to keep Sean Parry, a keen climber, away?
I didn't expect him to go off to have such a lead on top. I knew if I had a lead of maybe half a minute on Crib Goch, I could have held Ruben off probably.
Ruben was fresh, and the way Pim started, I knew there was no way I was going to catch him. Had there been a bit of downhill, I'd have overtaken him, but with it just being uphill, his fitness showed, he's a lot fitter than me.
Pim went so well to begin with.
At the beginning he was rather behind me, but he came closer and closer.
I didn't have a good race. Pim nearly catch me in the end. I hurt my ankle also, but I didn't have a good ride. Went wrong twice also, but didn't feel that well today. I was happy I was the captain, so I didn't have to run that far.
Downhill, he was faster than me, and uphill, I was happy that the last part was uphill. I could pass him.
Yes, Sean Parry, who came in as a substitute, has discharged his duties well, although on this occasion, he's had to concede to the men from the Netherlands.
The triumphant trio, who commanded the race from the start, will now switch their attentions to the progress of the others in their teams.
Sian Roberts, the Welsh replacement in Ulster's team, is doing well in 7th place. And so is her dog in 8th place.
I tried to run with the head, because at the beginning, I remember I told to Louisa, we must go slowly, because if we start too fast, the legs are not enough strong. We have not the same legs like our captain.
Angela Carson of Wales is running a wonderful race in 4th.
Down in 11th and 12th places, Dave Clark and Terry Marsh of England.
Well, I thought the finish was a lot nearer than it actually was. And I kept shouting out, you know, where's shout for the finish? Where am I? Well, I didn't have a clue. But next time I'll have to take a compass.
The French are 5th and 6th. Luc Bellon, the mountain man from Chamonix, is followed by his captain, speed skater Jean-Noël Fagot.
The worst part was actually going downhill with the effect of my chest vibrating, I think, or being jarred on the way, and that was the worst part. Was that the flats were okay, really. It's a slow jog.
For me, it's very tough. I don't like running uphill. I think it was a great experience, and we've met some really nice people, and we've seen the country in nice weather.
Sian Roberts for Northern Ireland, plus faithful partner Sinead.
Tony Lever of Scotland, plus his faithful partner, Gavin Hastings.
I think it was the previous 6 days that were catching up with you in the last 300-400 metres there, and really the lungs were going and the legs were just feeling like 10 tons each.
Got lost in the mist a little bit. I mean, you don't know how far you've got to go. It's very, very painful.
Yeah.
You've only seen the finish about 100 yards away. Go on. Oh, then. Nearly at the summit of Cribbleisco now.
Nearly here.
First summit, second summit.
How far must we go now?
Another 10 minutes to the top.
Good.
God, nearly there.
Gareth Davis, the Welsh captain, can't be acclaimed too strongly for his brave performance following that painful bike crash.
All right. How far is it? You're almost on the summit now.
There'll be deserved praise too for the man whose infectious sense of humour has been a memorable feature of the competition.
Climb every mountain. Need a coffee, boy?
Jackie Gilchrist is briefly tempted to leap on the down train, but thinks better of it.
Dave Clark of England, followed by his team skipper.
Top of the world, Ma! Top of the world!
Great, like, to be at the top of Snowdon.
First time?
First time ever, yes, yeah.
Perhaps you can come on the train
Maybe
next
the
time.
last.
All the way, come on!
Third girl home is France's Louisa Stiger in 14th place.
Well run, Louisa. Well run. Great run, dear. Well done. Great run.
Well done. Jackie Gilchrist, 15th, and so grateful to see the Finnish banner.
Yes, Jack.
Well done. Well done.
Plucky Irma Zwartkruis, all her fears now behind her, has to draw on her last reserves to hold off the threat of Pete Spence of Northern Ireland. Well, the rescue team can relax now, for the arrival of Mandy Doboj means that all the competitors have finished safely.
Has the whole competition been tougher than you thought, or just about what you expected?
Interesting to do. I have made canoe, kayak, or many sports like this, and now I would like to do it again.
The whole week's been good. The teams have stuck well together, helped each other along. Glad it's over though, I was absolutely shattered.
Nevertheless, you enjoyed the week?
Definitely. Now I've got here, yes.
Sort of competition that you'd do again?
The whole week, you mean?
When we invited?
I would like to.
Very well.
But I take some training and lessons for how to climb a mountain.
How do you feel now after all the events are finished?
Happy.
Happy.
The final positions show the mastery of the Dutch, who came, saw and conquered the hills of Wales, not only with their competitiveness, but also with their charming modesty.
So the deserving winners receive their trophies and a total of £3,000 prize money from Mr. Keith Dixon, Managing Director of Triton Showers.
Pim van der Bosch. And their captain, Ruben Crowell.